Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And today, you are talking sports with MG Naza. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we got a special stream today. We are here doing our March Madness bracket predictions, and I'm not alone today. I'm here joined by a special guest, as you can see, rolling down the bottom screen. I'm here with my guy, Corrupt. So let's get it. We're going to have fun today. So let's bring up our guest here today. What is good?
Yes, sir. What is good? It's been a good day today and this past weekend. How are you doing today, MG?
I'm doing very good. I just feel like I'm ready. I'm ready for March Madness. I'm ready for all the festivities. I'm ready for everything that is going to be happening here. And this is about to be a crazy 3 weeks, bruh, of just
Yes, sir.
basketball. And it's just going to be crazy, man. From basically tomorrow to like April 3rd or 4th is going to be college basketball just at its peak. And it's going to be crazy, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, I can't wait for it either. I'm gonna be basically watching like every game I can. A lot of games are in networks that I can actually watch. A lot of games are on CBS, so
Mm-hmm.
and I expect some college basketball streams with MD Nuts.
Yes, sir. Hey, maybe sooner than later, maybe tomorrow, maybe in a year from now, maybe in a month from now, maybe in a day from now. Who knows? But what's up, everyone? We got Big Play Slay, Jacob Fredericks, we got Basketball Goat, we got Michael in the chat, we got Low Gamer 1012 in the chat. How's everyone doing? Now, here's how this is gonna go. Me and Corrupt, we're gonna go through our bracket. I'm gonna be showing mine on stream. Actually, Corrupt will be not, but he'll be reading his off as we go along. So, Corrupt, we can't just go into the tournament though. We got the playing games first. So, I'm gonna bring up
First
my
four.
screen here, and we got the first four in. So, let's get it, man. It's gonna be some fun games. It's gonna be some fun games. So, we're gonna do this. And here we go. So here's my bracket here. I didn't mean to do that. So Corrupts. Our game here that we were literally just talking about before we started the stream is the first four is the Indiana versus Wyoming game. So who do you have
Yeah.
winning that game?
I'm gonna go with Indiana. I'm pretty sure they've had a little bit of a hot streak towards the end of this season. I'm gonna go with Indiana.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't know everything about every single team. There's 68 teams that we're going to be talking about.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I've actually seen a couple Indiana games and I like them. So I'm gonna go with Indiana. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Indiana as well. I just maybe it's just because I know about more about Indiana than I do know about Wyoming, but they have been playing pretty well lately. They play in a tough conference this year. They did play in the Big Ten, so them being a number 12 team, I'm not gonna hold that against them, considering the fact that they played in the Big Ten with teams like Purdue, Illinois, and Ohio State, teams like that. I'm gonna go with them. They are battle tested, and I think they are just. I feel like they've played better competition here than Wyoming. So we got that game here, and the winner of that game will be playing in a round of 64. They will be going up against St. Mary's College. So that is interesting. So we have another game here today. We have the Texas versus Texas State game, I believe.
Texas A&M and Texas Southern.
Texas Southern. Okay, so we have that game. Corrupt, you can go. The winner plays Kansas, by the way.
So the winner loses. Gotcha. I am going to go with Texas Southern because I only know one thing about them. I know that they have good defense. So I'm going with
Yeah.
Texas Southern.
I'm gonna just go with Texas Southern. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know much about either of these two teams. It's a reason why they're like the first four in that little playing bracket round. And I just listen. I don't know much. I'm gonna just go with the better team that it looks like on paper, and that's the team that I'm gonna go with.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So next, all right, I believe we have this game right here. Oh, I just did something wrong on my bracket. So next game we have the Wednesday round, and it'll be Notre Dame versus Rutgers. Who do you have winning that?
I have Rutgers winning that game, and I know that Notre Dame has a guy, Blake Wesley, who's going to be in the NBA draft probably. But Rutgers, I know Notre Dame. I talked to B Money about this. If you know him, if
Hmm.
anybody in fact knows him, and he said that they're not good. Don't absolutely do not go for Wyoming. I mean, not my Notre Dame. And I have watched a couple Notre Dame games. I see why. I'm gonna go with Rutgers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Rutgers too. Again, I know they're gonna be the 11th seed in their side of the bracket, but I just think they're the better team from what I've heard, and also they've played in a tougher conference. And I think a lot of this tournament, I think it could come down to like, it's going to be a lot of clutch situations, and who's been battle tested. I think Rutgers has definitely had to play so many great teams this year, along with just being in the Big Ten. Being in the Big Ten this year was a lot of competition, and I think Rutgers is going to use that to their advantage. So, and then we got our last game here today, Corrupt. Now,
Yes, sir.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't know anything. I mean anything about these teams, but we have Wright State versus Bryant University. The winner plays Arizona.
Okay, I'm gonna go Bryant because they have a better record.
I'm gonna go with Bryant because I'm researching them, and they have won their last four games, and they're on a hot streak. Don't know much about either team, but I'm gonna go with Bryant. They're on a 4-game win streak, so that's who I'm gonna go with. So me and Corrupt have all the same picks for our first 4 round. Now we're gonna start off here, Corrupt. Let's start off in the Western bracket. Start off with the Western bracket.
Okay.
So first game here, the 1 versus 16. We have Gonzaga versus Georgia State.
Okay. So I obviously have Georgia State. I mean, Georgia State's the best team in the country. Obviously Gonzaga's trash. Chet Holmgren, he's gonna be like a second rounder. He's not. Nah, I'm going Gonzaga. They look very good. They look better than last year, honestly.
I'm gonna
I'm
go
gonna
with
go with Gonzaga.
I'm gonna go with Gonzaga, bro. I mean, this is just easy money. Drew Timmy,
Yeah.
you got Nimhart. Obviously, Chet Holmgren's the guy. It's just too much talent for Georgia State. So our next game, we're gonna go to the 8-9 matchup: Boise State versus Memphis. This is gonna be a good game, in my opinion. This is a game that I plan to be live for. Now I don't know who I'll be with or what channel, but I want to go live for this game. But who do you have? Boise State versus Memphis.
I have Memphis, and the reason why is because uh, Boise State did win their championship, but
Mhm.
Memphis really recently has been really, really hot. Jalen Duren has been really good for them, very good. Of course, he's a big man, rebound, gets his 20 points, and then of course he's a great rim protector. I'm gonna go with Memphis. They're one of the they went from like very disappointing to like one of the hottest teams towards the end of the year. So I'm gonna go with Memphis.
I'm gonna go with Memphis as well. I agree. I like what Jalen Duren can bring to the table. I think he's a solid prospect here, and also too. I mean, when you look at it, right? I mean, we all know that Imani Bates has not been great, but I think if he's gonna be an X factor in this series, I think we get a lot of production from him, and especially in this game in this tournament. I'm gonna have Memphis winning, and they have been red hot, so they're gonna play Gonzaga here. But next, we have a solid matchup here. We have UConn, who's been winning some big games lately. Recently beat Villanova a few weeks ago, and then you got New Mexico State. Corrupt. Who you have for that game?
I'm gonna go with Connecticut. I'm gonna go with UConn. And I know that I know it's like UConn's one of those teams. I don't trust UConn very much, like at
Hmm.
all. Like but I'll go with UConn. I'll give them at least one win here. New Mexico State's cool. Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, I'm gonna stick with UConn. I'm gonna stick with UConn. I don't like them personally, but like at all. So they have won a couple of games recently. They've looked a little bit more impressive, but honestly, I doubt that they make it far.
I really want to go upset right here because I really can see that, but I'm gonna go with UConn for now because I believe they have a slightly better talent. They've beaten better opponents to me in this season. I could see them getting upset though. I definitely could see this being an upset game. New Mexico State could be one of the Cinderella teams, kind of like how Loyola Chicago was last year, like a Colgate type of team. But I think that I'm gonna take the favorite here. I'm gonna go with UConn winning. So next game, correct? We have Arkansas versus Vermont.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Arkansas. I like Arkansas a lot. Who's the guy? No, who's the guy you like? JT
JD
Note.
Note.
Yeah, I love JT Note too. I love the heck out of that guy. I'm definitely gonna go with Arkansas
Yep.
to win.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Arkansas too. I mean, JD Note is a really good guard, putting up 20 points a game this year. You got Jalen Williams, who can be a solid forward, who's shown some flashes here and there, definitely shown loads of potential. So I like their little duo they have there, Note and Williams. They have a great team chemistry together, and I think they can actually go pretty far in this tournament. So next up here, me and Corrupt, we picked the Rutgers to make it against Alabama here. So it'll be Rutgers and versus Alabama.
Yep. This is very hard. Oh man, they both played in like very competitive conferences.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama has J.D. Davidson.
Mm-hmm.
Rutgers has Ron Harper Jr.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with Alabama.
Okay.
They live and die off of that 3 shot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with Alabama. I think they have to win at least one game.
Yeah.
Alabama, they're in the SEC. Had a couple of nice wins against Florida, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And Alabama is streaky. I'm going with Alabama. This is actually a close one, though. I think this could be a very close game. And I see your picks, Low Gamer. Those are good. Okay. I see you.
I like your pick, Slow Gamer. Yep. Yep.
Vermont and
Ooh.
Rutgers. That's interesting.
He has
Okay.
some upsets. So and also, y'all keep dropping y'all picks in the chat, and we'll read them off as we go. So and speaking of this game, I'm gonna go. I really want to go with Rutgers, but I'm gonna go with JD Davidson and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Playing a
Yeah.
very tough conference. They're battle tested, a lot of talent, but they could be kind of streaky at times. I think they definitely could have been a better team if they had a little bit more consistency. But Alabama definitely showed me that they can definitely win a game or two in this tournament and definitely make it to the round of 32. So, but next game we got Montana State versus the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Who do you have winning that one?
Oh yeah, I have Texas Tech, and honestly, this won't be close in my opinion. I really like Texas Tech a lot. Um, a couple guys there that on there that's very good. They have a good coach. I'm gonna go Texas Tech. I'm gonna go Texas Tech.
I'm gonna go Texas Tech as well. I don't actually think it's gonna be particularly close. No disrespect to Montana State, but I can't see it right now, man. I can't see it. I can't see Texas Tech being the team that gets beat in a crazy upset. Here we have Michigan State versus Davidson. Who do you have winning this? This is a 7-10
I have
matchup.
I have Davidson winning this game. Davidson, which was Steph Curry's college, by the way. I'm pretty sure,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yep.
Yes, sir. Michigan State, I don't trust them at all. I don't really like them. They have guys like Max Christie. He hasn't really looked that good. Davidson is another good team. They score a lot of points, and they're pretty decent defensively, too, better than Michigan State. I'm going to go with Davidson with the upset.
Yo, Corrupt, I swear you got to be copying me. I wanted to go Davidson too, and I will. Michigan State, they've been a little bit of hot and cold this year. They play decent against solid opponents, and y'all know I value competition when it comes to some of this stuff, but I don't know, man. I actually, in last night I was doing a bracket in Discord, and I picked Davidson, and I'm gonna stick with them, man. I think that Davidson, they can come in here, and if they're well coached, I think they can expose some of the guys on Michigan State. Like you said, Max Christie, who's been very inconsistent for them, I think he can get exposed on big time in this game. As long as you play disciplined defense against them and you just hit your shots consistently, I think Davidson can come out with a win here. And then the last matchup, we have Duke versus CSU Fullerton. Who do you have?
So I think it's pretty obvious why CSU Fullerton's going to win this game. I mean, Duke, like their starting five is just ass, bro. Paulo Ventura is the most overrated guy in ever, honestly.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to go Duke.
Yeah,
I'm going to Duke. Duke should this should be the worst game. This should be a blowout, honestly. Honestly, I'd be surprised.
This should be a 20-point. I got Nova. I said no. I got Duke winning 80-60, bro. I got Duke winning 80-60, bro. You know what? 80-55. 80-55, bro.
We know that you like Villanova, MG. Come on.
All right, bro. We'll get to them later. So let's check out before we go to the other side of the bracket. Let's check out what we have here so far. On the western side, we have Gonzaga going to play Memphis. Me and Corrupt basically picked all the same teams. So we also have UConn versus Arkansas. Alabama versus Texas Tech, Davidson versus Duke. So let's go down here below. We're going to go to the eastern side of the map on the bottom left. And we're going to start off with Baylor and Norfolk State. Corrupts, who you got?
I'm gonna go with Baylor. Baylor is obviously a repeat. Not repeat. My bad. They're a championship right now. They're the reigning champions. My bad. My God, I cannot speak. And Baylor have Kendall Brown, Jeremy Sochan. They have a lot of nice guys over there, and of course, championship DNA. I'm gonna go with Baylor.
Championship coaching, defending champs. They want to run it back. Well, not run it back with the same players, but they want to run it back just as a team, carry on that Baylor legacy here, and they're going to win this game. They're not going to let Norfolk State beat the defending champs. They're just not going to let that happen. Next, we have a pretty good game right here.
Yes.
North Carolina versus Marquette. Who do you have winning that one?
So I do have North Carolina winning this. They've gone hot recently. North Carolina has. What I know about Marquette is that all they have is Justin Lewis, pretty good prospect by the way, second round guy. But they have maybe first, but they have Justin Lewis, and basically it revolves around him and like one other player, and then that's it. That's those are how they play the game. So I'm gonna trust North Carolina. North Carolina, is a team that you expect to be here every single year. And North Carolina's just gotten hot recently, so I'm going with North Carolina.
See, I really wanted to pick Marquette, but they're too inconsistent for me, man. They win games, they lose games. They have wins versus Villanova, but they lost to Butler and they lost to UConn. They are so inconsistent as a team this year. I gotta go with UNC winning this one, and they're gonna face Baylor in the next round. So next, Corrupts, we got the winner of Indiana versus Wyoming, which we both picked Indiana. So it'll be Indiana versus St. Mary's. Who you got here?
I'm gonna go with St. Mary's. Indiana is very interesting. This is actually kind of an interesting game, but St. Mary's averaging like 70 points per game, only lost 7 times. This could be a very close game. I don't expect St. Mary's to go far, like whatsoever. But I'm gonna go with St. Mary's to get this one win. And Low Gamer says Baylor, Marquette, St. Mary's, UCLA, Virginia Tech, Purdue, Murray State, and Kentucky. Good pick.
Okay.
Good pick.
I like those picks. I'm gonna go with St. Mary's. I wanted to go Indiana. I think you know what? I'm gonna go Indiana. I'm gonna do it. I think that yes, they're a bottom seed and it looks bad, but when you got to first off, they're in the toughest. I think one of the toughest conferences in college basketball this season, which is the Big Ten. I think that I don't know, bro. They're gonna beat Wyoming. I don't know, man. I don't think I can trust St. Mary's to go far. They haven't had the same competition level. This is gonna be my first upset here. I'm gonna go with Indiana.
We don't count 7-10 matchup upset, right?
No, 7-10 or 8-9. 8-9 is like the same. Or 7-10 is like kind of the same too. But next we got another game here with the 4-13 matchup. UCLA versus Akron. Akron's a solid team this year, but I'll get to that one. My prediction. Who you got here?
Akron is a solid team, but UCLA, they've gotten better from last year. They have almost, I think they have everybody back from last year's team. They could potentially make a very similar run to what they did last year. I'm definitely going to have UCLA beating Akron.
Now, here's the thing. Before I make my pick, Akron, I was in the Discord yesterday. I was talking to Nick, Corrupts, and we were talking about Akron because they were playing the other day. They were playing Toledo, and Akron's good this year, man. They're on a nice win streak here. I believe like a 4 or 5 game. They're in a 6-game win streak. No, they're on an 8-game win streak coming into this tournament. So they're very, very red hot. And UCLA has the talent, but I love what Akron can do. I'm gonna go with UCLA. I think it's gonna be the closest 4-13 matchup, 4 seed to 13 seed matchup. I'm gonna go with UCLA, but I would not be surprised if Akron comes out here and wins because they are red hot going into this tournament. And a part of the tournament is what you need to be red hot. You need to catch fire at the right time, and Akron has done that. I'm gonna go with UCLA, but I think Akron can upset.
All right, I need to go. So So you got this.
All right. So as Corrupt goes, we're gonna go through the rest of our bottom bracket, the bottom side, the east side. We got Texas versus Virginia Tech here. Um, I think Texas is gonna get it done. Virginia Tech did just come off a win versus Duke, but I honestly do think that's a fluke. No pun intended there. I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. I think I just got Texas beating Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech, I think that's a big fluke win versus Duke they had the other day. Texas, I feel like they've a slightly better team. And I can see this going either way. I can see Virginia Tech having another surprise win, but that's what I'm gonna go here. We got Purdue versus Yale. Purdue's gonna win this. Purdue's gonna win this. Jaden Ivey's a god, one of the best players in the nation. He's gonna be a lottery pick. And then Murray State's gonna beat San Francisco. Murray State, John Morant, that's his college here. I think Murray State, they've been pretty good as of late. I've been able to see a couple of the final box scores to their games. They've seemed like they've been playing well. I'm gonna go with them. And then Kentucky, I think this is just gonna be easy. Ty Washington, Oscar Schwebe for Kentucky, a great center, a great point guard. I'm gonna go with them winning. So and we're gonna wait for Corrupts here to finish out his eastern side of the bracket. So just a quick, so we finished the left side of our bracket. We finished the left side here. So for the people who just joined the chat, I got Gonzaga beating Georgia State. I got Memphis beating Boise State, UConn beating New Mexico, Arkansas beating Vermont, Alabama beating what we have as Rutgers. We have Texas Tech beating Montana, Davidson getting the upset over Michigan State, Duke beating CSU Fullerton. We have Baylor beating Norfolk State, North Carolina versus beating Marquette, even though I think Marquette could win. I got Indiana upsetting St. Mary's. I have UCLA winning against Akron, Texas beating Virginia Tech, Purdue beating Yale, Murray State beating San Fran, and Kentucky beating St. Peter's. So, Corrupts, you back?
Yes, I am back.
So I just finished the left side of my bracket here. So you are on the Texas and Virginia Tech game. I finished all.
Okay, I'm gonna have Virginia Tech winning this one. I don't really like Texas that much. I like Virginia Tech a little bit more, honestly. They're kind of similar stat wise. But their team, the opposition, usually puts up around the same points against them, and points per game is 2 points off. Virginia Tech, I'm just gonna go with them. I don't really like Texas this year. I don't trust them at all, so I'm gonna go with them. Purdue versus Yale. I actually saw Yale in person.
You did?
Yeah, in November. I watched it during Thanksgiving weekend, and Purdue's gonna destroy Yale.
Yeah,
Yale's not that
Ivey,
good.
bro. Jaden Ivey and Zach Edey is what to watch out for in this game for Purdue.
Yes, specifically Jaden Ivey though, top 5 pick, top 4 pick. Murray State versus San Francisco. This is actually very interesting. I do like Murray State though over San Francisco by a little bit. This could be a very good game, underrated
This could
game.
be a very good game.
Kentucky versus St. Peter's. I'm gonna have Kentucky. Honestly, easily. They have Ty Washington, very good playmaker, and shows flashes of being a very good three level scorer. And of course, they have Oscar
Schwebe,
a very good player. Love him a lot. He's just gonna get every rebound ever, and he's
you
very
ain't out rebounded Oscar Schwebe inside. But yes, sir. All right, so this is the rest of our bracket, our left side of the bracket here. Hey, make sure y'all hit the like button and subscribe to Corrupt's channel as well. But we're gonna go to the right side of the bracket here. We're gonna go all the way back to the top. We're gonna do the south side. Well, it's considered the southern side of the bracket. Now, I accidentally already picked my first game. I picked Arizona beating the winner of Bryant. Well, I had Bryant State winning, so I have Arizona beating Bryant State. Corrupt, who you have?
Yeah, I have Arizona blowing Bryant out of the water.
Yeah.
They're potentially they're first seed for a reason.
Yeah.
Benedict Mathurin, very good player, and Christian Coloco, another great player. This team's this team is a very complete team, and I think out of the top teams and out of the known teams, I think this is a little bit of underrated team. Like of course compared to Baylor and Gonzaga. And UCLA. So I'm gonna go with Arizona. What's up, Jose?
What's up, Jose? Let's go. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Arizona's just easy money. But next game here, I love this matchup. We got Seton Hall versus TCU. Corrupt, you go first here. I don't know who to pick. Corrupt's thinking.
I'm gonna go TCU.
Okay.
Because what I'm specifically looking at is their record versus top 25, and TCU is 5-6, while Seton Hall is 3-6, and of course it's basketball and it's any game. But I'm what I've seen from TCU, I don't know. I think I've liked it a little bit more than Seton Hall. But you know more about Seton Hall than I do, so.
Yeah, Seton Hall's a Big East team. They're competitive, but I don't think they're consistent enough this year. They've honestly haven't been like the best since Miles Powell has been on their team. Shout out to the people who know that is Six Religion. It's like nah. But yeah, they haven't been really consistent as they were since Miles Powell. And TCU, I mean, the last team they lost to was Kansas, but come on, Kansas is one of the best teams in the nation. But they beat in Texas. They've beaten all these great teams or solid teams in their conference. And they've had solid matchups versus Kansas. They beaten Texas Tech. TCU is going to win this game here. A lot of great wins against great competition. Even kept it close for a majority of the game against Kansas twice. And I like what they can bring to the table, man. I like what they can bring to the table. So give me TCU to win this one. Next, we got Houston versus UAB. I'm going to just say Houston's winning. And this game shouldn't be close, but who knows? But who you got, Corrupts?
Yeah. I'm also gonna go with Houston and Chris Hayden, you don't like Wisconsin? I thought
No, he doesn't like Wisconsin. If Marquette had a football team, he'd actually be a full Marquette fan. Like
really?
he just picked, yeah, because he was actually a Marquette fan first before, but then since they didn't have a football team, he had to pick Wisconsin's football team to cheer for. So actually, he actually might be more of a Marquette fan. So.
Oh. And Low Gamer said Arizona, TCU, Houston, Illinois, Colorado State, Tennessee, Ohio State, and Villanova.
I like those picks. I like those picks. It might be a pick that I might have getting upset in yours, but we'll get to that, Mr. Low Gamer and Corrupts here. Next game, we got Illinois versus Chattanooga. Now, Corrupt knows who I'm picking this game. I'm picking my guy, 20-point per game scorer, double machine, Kofi Cockburn in the University of Illinois. I just think I no disrespect to Chattanooga. I just haven't seen enough from them this year to where they can be a top team in the Big Ten or a top team in the country or even just a top 25 team in general. I haven't seen enough from Chattanooga. In Illinois, I've seen them be competitive. I've seen Kofi Cockburn be dominant against a lot of opponents. So that's what I have winning. Corrupts? Don't do it. Don't do it.
MG. Unlike you, I have seen Chattanooga play.
Oh, okay.
And I've seen that amazing buzzer beater to win the conference championship. And honestly, I'm not a huge fan of Illinois this year. I have Chattanooga upsetting Illinois.
Oh, he's gonna do it.
I really do. I really do. And that's crazy to think about.
Okay.
And they're honestly kind of similar. I don't know. I just don't really trust Illinois that much. I just don't.
No, I can see that. I can see that.
Definitely. I'm so mad, bro. He loves Kofi so much.
I'm actually not that mad because Illinois. I don't like Illinois as a team. I just like Kofi Cockburn for real. But Illinois as a team has been very inconsistent. And when I watched them in the Big Ten tournament, what I really seen was it was Kofi Cockburn, but no one else was able to hit shots consistently for them.
Yeah,
they lost their shot maker in Ayo Dosunmu, who's doing a great job in the NBA now, and Kofi Cockburn's in a one-man show. But I think he can will his team to win versus Chattanooga. I think he will dominate his way to a victory in round one. Next, we got Colorado State versus Michigan.
Bro, the Kofi obsession is weird.
Bro, Kofi Cockburn's a god this year. He's like a top.
Bro, if he becomes a superstar, bro, that's your favorite player.
Yeah, he has a lot. So, and he's wearing Joel Embiid's number, so that kind of helps. And he's a big man. Bro. He's dominant. Kofi Coke's like now, but we got Colorado State versus Michigan. This is actually gonna be an interesting game. Who you got winning here, Corrupt?
Yeah, it's gonna be actually a very good game. A game we could honestly potentially no, we can't because you want to start the other game, and I agree with you on that. But Colorado State versus Michigan, I have Colorado State winning, and I'm looking at the percentages because some sleeper there's percentages, and a lot of people are actually picking Michigan to win this game, probably just because they don't know Colorado State is. But honestly, Colorado State is a nice team to watch out for. They have David Roddy, who I do like, and Michigan I don't like. Caleb Houston's been disappointing. Diabate, Oh my God, I can't speak. He's been up and down, not really effective to me personally. I'm gonna go Colorado State winning this game.
I'm gonna go Colorado State as well, and I agree. Just because you don't know the team, there's a reason why Colorado State is ranked higher. And they've had some competitive games. They've beat Utah State. They've beaten Boise State, who could do some things in this tournament. They beat Wyoming, who could potentially make the tournament. So they've had some really good games. They've beaten New Mexico. They've beaten Boise State twice, actually. So you got Colorado State. Don't sleep on them. They can make some noise in the tournament, y'all. They've done that. They've done that against some pretty good teams this year, actually. So I'm gonna go Colorado State being Michigan, bro. People need to stop sleeping on Colorado State. And like you said, they got some solid talent on their team as well. And Michigan has actually been disappointing this year. I agree 100% with that. They've been disappointing this year. So next we got Tennessee versus Longwood. Who you got?
So I have Tennessee, and Tennessee, Longwood's an interesting name to look out for.
Nothing. Go ahead.
Come on, OG. I did not even mean it like that. Like literally. Like I was totally speaking like in basketball terms. Like Longwood's an interesting name to watch out for.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
And this man, FG, what the heck, bro? This man really okay. I have Tennessee winning.
Yeah.
Tennessee's been a little bit hot this year, honestly. Kennedy Chandler has been so much better than he was in the beginning of the year, the first half of the year. Tennessee should win this game. Honestly, very much should win this game.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go with Kennedy Chandler and the Tennessee Volunteers. Very weird name, actually. I've never liked the name, but I'm going to go with
two weird names, huh?
I think Kennedy. Hold on. Are they volunteering the Longwood? Anyways.
That was horrible.
that was so bad.
Ohio State versus Loyola Chicago. MG, who do you have?
I got Loyola Chicago on the up. Shetty. They're going to do it again. They're going to be the heartbreaker this year. And I just want to check one thing about Loyola Chicago. So that way I want to make sure that I'm correct when I'm making my point that I'm about to make. But I think Loyola Chicago, they have the experience now. They're coming back, I believe, with the same team they had last year. I'm going to check that again just to make sure. And I just like what Loyola Chicago can do. They have good big men play consistently. And I think they have really good defense. Their last game, they held their holding teams, held a team under 60 points for the last 3 games. I'm sorry. And then they did play an overtime game not too long ago, which was 102-96. They had a whole NBA game, but their defense has been good this year. They've held a team to 31 points. They consistently hold teams to under 60 points a game. I think their defense is going to give Ohio State some problems, and they're going to get the upset here.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, honestly. Ohio State do have EJ Little and Malachi Branham, if I can say that right. But Loyola Chicago is just as good as an offense as Ohio State is, probably even better, honestly. And Loyola Chicago has been adding in that defense this year. Last year they were really good offensively, didn't really have the defense. Now they really have good defense and great offense. So I'm going with Loyola Chicago. They can make a run, and they're going to face a certain team next. So.
Yes, sir. And with that being said, Villanova is beating Delaware. No conversation here.
What are you talking? Delaware is obviously winning. It's Delaware. What are you talking about? I have Villanova also. Bryce, you are correct. They are also banged up. They've been banged up all season. They've been so many problems with Ohio State.
Yeah, I agree. So next, we're gonna go back up top to the top of, or no, we got to finish the right side of the bottom board. I almost forgot about that. So, corrupts. We have Kansas. I already forgot who I had when I think I had Texas.
Southern.
Yeah, it's Kansas, bro. Kansas. Ochai Ogbahi is gonna go off.
Christian
Braun is gonna have a nice game from the 3-point line. It's just gonna be a massacre.
A lot of veterans on this team.
Yeah,
like Ochai. But San Diego State versus Creighton. Who do you have, Andrew?
Creighton. I'm gonna go with Creighton. I like what they've done this year. They've been very competitive, in the Big East. I've watched obviously because my team's in the Big East, so I've kept up with them a lot this year. And I think they're gonna make us. Actually, I think they're gonna make a solid run in this tournament. To be honest, so I'm gonna have Creighton getting this win right here. I haven't seen enough personally from San Diego State. And I'm the little bit of research I've done. I'm thinking I'm gonna go with Creighton still. So who you got?
I'm gonna go San Diego State.
Oh, okay.
I have seen a little bit of San Diego State, and what I do know is I think if they are not they are one of the, but I'm pretty sure that the best defensive team in all of NCAA. I'm pretty
Mm,
sure. I'm pretty sure. If not, it's one of the best though. San Diego State is a very good team defensively. Creighton's also a good team. They're eighth and
mhm.
ninth seed for a reason. Very close. But I'm gonna go with San Diego State to win this game. Creighton is better offensively, but I love San Diego State's defense, and defense
Yeah,
wins you championships, right? So I'm gonna go San Diego State.
yeah. And San Diego State, they've also been playing a lot of competitive games, and they've been playing good defense lately. So watch out for San Diego State's defense because they are one of the best that I've definitely came across. Next, we got Iowa versus Richmond. Um, I'm gonna go with Iowa here. I think they have a little bit better shooting. I would not be surprised if Richmond comes with the upset, but I do think offensively, I think I can trust Iowa a little bit more in this game.
I would be. I'd be super surprised if Richmond comes with the upset. Iowa is one of the most complete teams in all of this tournament. One of the most underrated teams in this tournament, in my opinion. And Iowa has a guy named Keegan Murray. So I'm
Keegan
gonna go with
Murray,
Iowa. And honestly, I don't think this will be a close game at all.
Keegan Murray. They also have a veteran on this team who can shoot it. Bohannon is a god from beyond the arc, and him and Keegan Murray with the end with what Keegan Murray can do in the inside, Bohannon from the 3 point line. It makes it tough to guard for some of these other teams in the March Madness. So I'm gonna go with Iowa. But next we got Providence versus South Dakota. I'm gonna go with Providence here. Nate Watson is one of the more underrated centers in college basketball. He's a guy who plays for Providence, a high energy guy. Actually, he's probably going to be like a late second round talent, but I think Nate Watson wills his team against South Dakota State. They beat Providence. Or yeah, they beat South Dakota State. Providence moves on. Nate Watson's, I think he's a really good center, and he's gonna if he plays a good tournament, he can get a lot of more notoriety, and he's a TikTok star. He is, bro.
I'm gonna go with Providence also. Very honestly, I see a lot of people picking South Dakota State like Low Gamer. Low Gamer, by the way, does have Kansas, Creighton, Iowa, South Dakota State, LSU, Wisconsin, USC, and Auburn. But
Okay.
I really, really, really do think Providence is gonna win this game. South Dakota State. Um
Hmm.
I don't know too much about them, but I do know that they're 30-4, of course, won their championship, conference championship. But
Hmm.
I really do trust Providence to at least win this game.
And watch out for Providence. Al Durham averages 13 a game. Not the most efficient, but when he gets hot, Al Durham's a god for Providence. So, and then next we got LSU versus Iowa State. I'm gonna go with LSU. I like what they have over there. High competition. Xavier Pinson, when he gets it going, he's a very, very good guard for them. They also have the son of Shaq, but he's not really playing well. But yeah, I think Xavier Pinson can really have a matchup advantage versus Iowa here, and I like what he can do at the guard spot for LSU. So I'm gonna have LSU winning this one.
Yeah, but also with LSU, you mentioned you mentioned their guard, but I'm gonna mention their forward. I'm gonna mention Tari Eason, who is a
Oh yeah.
projected lottery pick in this upcoming draft. He's been really good off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I really do think LSU got this in the bag. Honestly, Iowa State, I don't trust them at all. LSU is I don't trust LSU either. This could be an upset, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna trust LSU and I'm gonna trust Tari Eason to get it done. So.
Yeah, I like with LSU. LSU is a good balance here, and then we got Wisconsin versus Colgate. I'm gonna go with Johnny Davis in Wisconsin. I think that Wisconsin's just better, more consistent. It shouldn't this game shouldn't be good. It should not be good. It should be a blowout. Wisconsin.
Honestly, you said it right, Johnny Davis, because that is literally Wisconsin. That's all Wisconsin is. It's Johnny Davis, and Johnny Davis is going to destroy Colgate. Wisconsin's going to have a very good game. It's Wisconsin going to win.
Yep, I agree with that statement.
Next one's a very interesting game.
Miami and USC. Oh my God. See, if y'all know, I just actually streamed Miami a couple of days ago, and I did not know how good this team was until I watched them, and I'm like, wait, they have so much underrated talent, and they're led by one of the best scorers actually this year, and McGusty. He's actually a really great player. And then you got USC. They have Isaiah Mobley, who's having a pretty decent year for them. So actually, good talent on both sides here. I am going to go with Miami. They're coming in. They've lost games to good teams, but I feel like I don't know, man. I have a good feeling about this Miami team. What I've seen from them lately, what I've been watching from them, Miami can really make a solid run, and I love what they can bring. And I'm gonna have Miami winning.
So you brought up Miami lost against some very good teams, but so has USC. In fact, USC has lost more when they face top 25 opponents compared to Miami, and they both have one win.
Mm-hmm.
And Miami is actually, I think, the best college basketball team when it comes to away games. So and USC's at home, so I think Miami's gonna have a very good time. This could be a very good game. Honestly, if you're down, I'd love to stream this game. Well, I'm gonna go with Miami also.
Yeah, I mean, they got Cameron McGusty. He averages 17 a game on one of the best efficiency I've seen. Also, Sam Wardenberg is a sleeper for Miami. He's a big man, but he stretches the floor very, very well. So Miami has a good balance too. They got guys like Jordan Miller, who's a great rebounder, can get inside. Miami's gonna have a good game. And this next game, I got Jacksonville State. I mean, Auburn stands no chance. I mean, Jacksonville State led by Jabari Smith and Walker Kessler. I mean, come on now. No, but I got Auburn. It's just come on, bro. Come on. Auburn.
I'm gonna have Auburn also. I'll say this though, just conference wise, in general. Auburn is a very interesting team. They started off 22 and 3, and they ended off not very hot. Very I think it was 28-7. Let me recheck that. 27-5. My bad. I apologize. Auburn is very streaky if their guards are not playing good, which has happened a lot in the most recent games for Auburn. They're just man, sometimes they should honestly just rely on Walker Kessler and Jabari Smith instead of trying to be this balanced team that they are, because it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Auburn has a 44 field goal percentage as a team, which is one of the lowest in all of the tournament. So that's not good at all. But, of course, they have Jabari Smith, probably number 1 overall pick, maybe number 2, depending on who you ask. And Walker Kessler, very, very good. Honestly, probably might be defensive player of the year. He averages 4 blocks per game, very efficient. I'm going to go with Auburn with the win.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Walker Kessler and Jabari Smith should dominate this game together. I think Auburn's just going to be too big. They're going to just dominate inside. Walker Kessler can have 5 blocks and 10 points, 10 rebounds, 5 blocks. Jabari Smith can have a 20-point, 8 rebound game. That's kind of what I see is going to happen here. And I think the rest of your team, just because it's against a not good opponent, the rest of your team is just going to look good. You might have one of your bench players go off for 20 points just because, but that's who I have winning. I have Auburn. So, Corrupts, we finished the round of 64. Corrupts.
Yeah, we did. That was a lot.
We just predicted games for 64 teams.
8, technically. 68.
Yeah, 68 because we did the first 4 in. So
Diogo says, I'm a smoke on that Gonzaga pack when Erza beats them and Coloco makes Timmy his bid. Yes, I agree.
I'm a Drew Timmy guy, but okay.
I'm not. So
yeah, we know
we had that conversation before. I remember that conversation.
I did it. Well, it was mostly Donnie. I did. y'all was.
I do not care for Timmy whatsoever.
When it comes to draft time, that conversation has to happen on live stream because
when I hear Donnie say Drew Timmy in the first round, I'm going to wreak havoc.
Donnie loves Drew Timmy more than me, and I love Drew Timmy. But Jesus,
I'll be so pissed when I hear that name come out. Oh my god.
Oh my god. But we're gonna move on. We're gonna start off back up top. We're gonna start with the West in a round of 32. We got Gonzaga versus Memphis.
Yeah.
Who you got?
Gonzaga. Yeah. Gonzaga is just a better team overall. They're way more depth, and honestly, Memphis, good coach, good run, but you're going against Gonzaga. Chet Holmgren's gonna probably destroy are probably going to have a field day on Jalen Duren. Even though Jalen Duren, actually, that's
I
actually
don't
going to be a very
know.
interesting
I don't know
matchup
about that,
because
Corrupt.
Jalen Duren is a lot more bigger and athletically gifted than Chet
Yeah.
Holmgren. But Chet Holmgren, I personally think, has more IQ in his game and, of course, can shoot, unlike Jalen Duren. So if they do face, which I think they're going to face, if they do face off against each other, it's gonna be a very interesting battle. But I do think Chet Holmgren's gonna have a. But honestly, Chet Holmgren might have a bad game. Honestly, because in the paint, which is a lot of Chet Holmgren's game, Jalen Duren
Mhm.
is a monster in the paint. He's a paint protector and a rim protector.
You know,
So, but Gonzaga's gonna win because they have other people besides. Um,
Nemhart, Drew Timmy, all that stuff. Now, this game could. I liked what you said. I think this game could be decided on how it's played. If this is a game that's going to be played in the inside, if it's going to be played dominantly, it could go to Memphis. I could see Durin getting his way against Chet Holmgren, who's a smaller frame type of big man. But if this is going to be a game where Gonzaga is going to go for a stretch big look, kind of go for a more finesse game, try to get the best jump shot available, then it's obviously going to go. And also, Jalen Duren not only has to worry about Chet Holmgren, but Drew Timmy can get physical inside too. So we're going to see what happens there. But so I got Gonzaga winning though. I just too much talent. Too much talent. They got decent, not as good as guards they had last year, but they still have
yeah.
decent guards. They're big men. They're power forward in the center. Probably one of the best forward center combos in Drew Timmy and Chet Holmgren. So you just got a lot going for you. But good game, right?
Um.
Who do you have right here? Do you have UConn versus Arkansas as well?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
All right, so we both got
Low
that. Who you
Gamer
got?
said Gonzaga over Memphis.
Okay.
Vermont over UConn. So Vermont's your Cinderella
Oh
story
yeah,
this year. Okay, gotcha.
he had Vermont.
Texas Tech over Rutgers and Duke over Davidson.
Okay. All right, I like it. Corrupt, who you got here? You have
So I
Arkansas
have
versus UConn.
I have Arkansas winning it. Like I said before, I don't like Connecticut. I just don't care for them at all. When I watch them play, I just don't see a team that's going to make it far in the tournament. So I'm gonna go with Arkansas.
I'm gonna go with Arkansas. A lot of talent there. I just UConn's cool, but when it comes, I don't know how they're gonna do when it comes to playing tougher opponents like Arkansas, like Kentucky, like Duke, like Kansas, like Arizona. I don't think they'll succeed against those type of teams. I think UConn's a good team against their conference, but not a good team against real good opponents, at least from what I've seen. So give me Arkansas here, and they'll meet up versus Gonzaga. Corrupts, did you also have Alabama versus Texas Tech on your bracket?
Yes. Yes.
Right. Who you got?
Okay. I have Texas Tech. Texas Tech winning this game. Like I said before, Alabama lives and dies by the 3-point shot. And honestly, they're not even that good, anyways, especially compared to a team like Texas Tech. Wow, I cannot speak today. But Texas Tech, who is very well coached and has a good team balanced all around. Alabama would be very interesting to see J.D. Davidson play against this team, and of course, Alabama could win this game, but I trust Texas Tech more than I do Alabama.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with this is hard, man. I mean, Texas Tech got some talent. They got Bryson Williams, who averages 13 points on great efficiency.
Definitely hard choice. Definitely hard choice.
I'm gonna go with Alabama winning this game, boys. I'm gonna go with Bama. I'm gonna go with JD Davidson. I think he does it again, y'all. I think he does it again. Another good game from him. Obviously a good talent known around the country, but I think Alabama is gonna get hot and they're gonna beat off Texas Tech. They're gonna beat off Texas Tech. So that's what I have winning that. I actually don't think it's gonna be a debate here. I think me and Carl both have Duke beating Davidson.
Yes, I do have Duke beating Davidson. Davidson's going to have a nice win, but Duke is just literally has 5 NBA caliber players as their starting lineup in Wendell Moore, Paula
Jeremy Roach.
Benchuro, Trevor Keels, Mark Williams,
Mm.
and who am I forgetting?
AJ Griffin.
And AJ Griffin. AJ
And
Griffin is
then
literally my favorite player on there.
Jeremy
Wow, I
Roach is
cannot
a
believe I did that.
Jeremy Roach is a 6-man, probably the best 6-man in college.
Yes, Duke should actually. This probably should be a very a moderate good win for Duke.
Yeah. Now I did have Alabama beating Texas Tech. I feel it. I feel Alabama's gonna get hot. But so next we're gonna go back down here to the east. Corrupt, you have Baylor versus UNC. I
Yeah,
have Baylor. We both have
I'm
Baylor versus UNC. So who you got?
I'm gonna have Baylor win this game. Baylor, obviously, Kendall Brown, repeating reigning champions right now. Jeremy Sochan looks very good, very promising. I just don't trust North Carolina as I do other tournaments. They're not as good as they have been in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And Baylor's been really good, very good coach. Baylor's gonna win.
I'm gonna go with Baylor. I think they are the defending champs. They are to be respected. Came back with the same coaching staff, not more say the same players, but they got a lot of the same coaching staff. They play similar to how they did last year. Very good team, has some promising talent. I think that it's not going to be UNC that beats the defending champs, so that's why I have winning. Next, Corrupts. I have UCLA versus Indiana. Do you have that as well?
I have St. Mary's versus UCLA.
Okay, so who do you have winning your matchups? St. Mary's versus UCLA.
So I have UCLA winning this game. Like I said, I think they're even better than they were last year. And all their guys just work collectively nice as a team. Good shooting team, good defensive team. UCLA should win this game pretty easy. And St. Mary's, I'm not too afraid of them if I'm a top team like UCLA, Baylor, Canada. I'm not too worried about St. Mary's.
Low Gator says Baylor over Marquette, UCLA over St. Mary's, Purdue over Virginia, Kentucky over Boise State. I should agree with most of those picks. I have UCLA versus Indiana though. It's still gonna be UCLA. Johnny Juzang, Jamie Marquez, and Bernard. They're not a big three, but they work together as great three players. They're a great group. And I think they had the same team as last year. They just got better. They just grew. They developed a little bit more. Same team as last year. A team that can make a decent run, but they got a little bit better, more mature. They know how the moment is now. They made the Final Four. So I think they're going to make a good run, and they're going to go off and face Baylor. And then here, I have Texas versus Purdue. Who do you have, Corrupts? Do you have the same thing?
I have Virginia Tech versus Purdue.
Oh, okay. Who you got, Virginia Tech?
So I have Purdue winning this one. Purdue, just personally, I just love Purdue a lot. Like you said, Zach Edey, doing Ivy, and they should just win. Purdue's been one of the hottest teams this past couple of weeks. Of course, besides the championship where they lost against Iowa. But I really, really do like Purdue a lot, and I think that they're gonna just have a good game against Virginia Tech, and they're one.
I'm gonna go with Purdue here. I just love what Jaden Ivey does. I think he's a big time shot maker. He's a good explosive guard. Once he gets one quick step on you, he's gonna go get to that bucket. Zach Edey's a good player, good finesse player inside. He can use his hook shot. He can do a lot of things in the paint. And I just think Zach Edey and Jaden Ivey are a great duo this season, and I think they're gonna do it against Texas here. So, and then we both have Murray State versus Kentucky, correct?
Yes, we do.
All right. We both have Kentucky.
Yes, I'm gonna go with Kentucky to beat Murray State. Murray State, like I said, they have Justin. No, that's Marquette. Marquette has Justin Lewis. Kentucky, just better team overall. They have Ty Washington, Oscar Tshiebwe, good coach. It's just Kentucky. They're just gonna win.
Yeah, I got Kentucky as well. I love their talent. Ty Washington, Oscar Tshiebwe, along like I just said about Ivy and Zach Edey, they're also a great duo as well. So I love the combo with the great guard play and the dominant big man who could get rebounds. And I just love what Kentucky's done this year. So I'm gonna have Kentucky beating Murray State. Murray State, no Cinderella story for you. You don't get that far, unfortunately. So we got this side of the bracket done. Now it's time to go to the right side here. We got Arizona versus TCU. Did you have that as well?
Yes, I did. Okay. And I have Arizona winning. Arizona's just the better team coming through.
All right. Yeah, I agree. It's Arizona, bro. TCU, they're cool. I just said when I picked them in the first round, they did a lot of good things. All their losses were against high-level teams, but this is a high-level team, so they're gonna lose. So they haven't showed up consistently against high-level teams. They kept it close, but haven't gotten it done. So they're not gonna get it done here against Arizona. I have Illinois versus Houston. You have Houston versus Chattanooga, right?
Yes, I do.
All right. So who do you have in Houston versus Chattanooga?
So I have Houston. I have Houston being Chattanooga. It's not even – honestly, you can even make an argument that Illinois is better than Houston.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna be Chattanooga's not gonna make it that far in. I don't think that'd be crazy, honestly. Houston's just the better team overall.
Now
And
I
low
have.
gamer,
Mm-hmm.
you make it break, make it break.
Now I have obviously Illinois versus Houston. I'm gonna go with Illinois.
Yeah,
I
that could be a
think
good game if that happens.
this could be a good game if it happens. I don't know, man. Houston, they can be they can be good, but I think Illinois has played better talent. I think Kofi Cockburn can get it done again. I'm probably gonna be saying his name a good amount until I have them get me eliminated, or if I do, who knows. But I'm probably gonna be saying his name a lot. But I just really believe that he's taken another step up since Io Dosumo has left. Since Io has left, he went from just a guy who can get a 15 point, 10 rebound double double to a guy who can put up 20 and 10 night in and night out. And I think he gets it done consistently, and he will move on
Yeah,
with his
so
team.
Low Gamer has Arizona, Houston over Illinois, Tennessee over Colorado State, and Villanova over Ohio State.
Okay. All right. Next up, I have Colorado State versus Tennessee. Do you have the same corrupts?
I have Colorado State versus Tennessee, and I do have Tennessee winning. They're just a better talented team in a better conference. So I just trust Tennessee more than I do Colorado State. So Tennessee. What's up, Denzel? How you doing, man?
Yeah, I think when it comes down to it's gonna be Tennessee. No disrespect to Colorado State, but I just think Tennessee's better. I think Kennedy Chandler's gonna get it done here. I think he's gonna have an amazing game versus Colorado State. I have Loyola versus Villanova. You have the same, correct?
Yes, I do.
All right, who you got?
So I have
All right.
Loyola Chicago beating Villanova.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
I
Explanation.
like Loyola Chicago a lot. I think that Villanova is a very beautiful second team. Honestly, don't trust them as much as I do the others. Loyola Chicago, very as good as an offensive team as Villanova, and I think that just as good or even better as a defensive team than Villanova is. I think Loyola Chicago, of course, they got everybody back that they had from last year. I'm pretty sure. So I'm
Mhm.
going to go with Loyola Chicago to beat Villanova. I don't trust Villanova that much.
So here is why your 2022 Big East champion, the Villanova Wildcats, is gonna beat Loyola Chicago, because Colin Gillespie, one of the most
Oh,
consistent point guards in the nation, not even being biased, he is
fine.
one of the most consistent point guards, averages 16 points per game on great efficiency. And we've seen in the Big East Championship him hit clutch shot after clutch shot back to back, make clutch passes. He is a leader, along with some underrated guys. What about Justin Moore expanding his game, averaging 15 points a game this year on not the greatest efficiency, but he is putting up 15 a game. And I just think with Gillespie and Justin Moore, I don't think Loyola Chicago is going to have guards that are going to be able to stop them. I think those two guards alone, we have two big shot makers at the point guard and shooting guard position, and it's not going to be stopped. It's not going to be stopped. I don't think Loyola Chicago is going to stop it. And Loyola Chicago has a great defensive team. They play consistent offensively, but I think Villanova is going to get it done here.
All right. That's a good pick. That's a good
And we
pick.
have one of the best coaches in Jay Wright, by the way.
Okay.
All
Getting the
right, so
biasness out of MGSI, we have Kansas versus San Diego State for me. I know that you had Kansas versus Creighton. I'm going
yep,
to go with Kansas to win just because it's Kansas.
I'm gonna have Kansas to win as well for Creighton. Doesn't matter if it was against San Diego or Creighton. Ochai Obahi is gonna have a field day against Creighton. It's just
This
it's
sh-
come on.
Specifically, Kansas versus San Diego State should be an amazing game because, like I said before, San Diego State is one of the best defensive teams in all of
Yeah,
basketball.
but Creighton, I don't think so, man. But I have Iowa versus Providence. You have the same. So who you got?
I have Iowa winning. I don't trust Providence as much as I do with Iowa. Iowa is a more complete team in my opinion, and Iowa has Keegan Murray. So going with Iowa.
Keegan Murray versus Nate Watson in this game. I love this matchup. I'm a big man guy, so y'all might not know some of these big man matchups, but this big man matchup gonna be a sleeper. If this game happens, I don't care if Corrupt is in bed, if Isaiah died, or Corrupt isn't here. I'm streaming this game, even if the Sixers were in the NBA Fight Night now. But I'm streaming this game if this happens because I love the two big men. I'm going with Providence with the upset. Keegan Murray is great. I like what they can do. They are a solid team, but every single time I trust
Unbelievable.
Iowa, they always lose
Wow.
in the second round. Every time. They did it last year. Luka Garza dropped like 38 and they still lost in the second round. Luka Garza had 38 points and they lost in the tournament. I know
This is a more complete. This is a yes. Keegan Murray is a big part and easily the everything for Iowa. But this is not. First off, Keegan Murray is better than Luka Garza by far.
That's fine. That's cool.
And
But Luka
second off,
Garza
they have a better
38
team
and they
around
lost.
him than they did with Luka Garza. Right?
Luka Garza. First off, hold on. Luka Garza.
They're facing Providence. If they're facing like LSU or Wisconsin this early, then I'd be like, yeah, fine.
Providence is a higher rank than them.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm
I'm trusting Iowa. They're one of the hottest teams right now. They just beat they just won their conference championship, beating Purdue, who I'm very high on, and I think Purdue is way better than Providence. So I'm gonna go with Iowa.
We need to get some things straight. Luka Garza is the greatest center in Iowa history. First off, yes, he is.
And Keegan Murray is the best player in Iowa history.
No, what? No, Keegan Murray has better upside than Luka Garza, but
Keegan Murray plays better. Keegan Murray has been better for Iowa than Luka Garza has been for Iowa.
Are you high?
Are you high? Are you kidding me? Are we having this discussion right now? Keegan Murray, bro. What are you talking about?
Murray has better upside and probably more skilled. But when they played at Iowa, Luka Garza performed better than Keegan. And it's no disrespect to Keegan Murray, but Luka Garza put up a historic college career. He just did. Corrupt. He won Player of the Year last season. He was one of the best players in the nation. Now his talent doesn't translate to the NBA level because some of the rules and some of the differences favor Keegan Murray at the next level. But when it comes to playing at Iowa, Luka Garza was setting records. It's a reason why his jersey is going to be retired at Iowa. There is a
Keegan Murray just broke one of his records last couple games.
One of his many records, yes, because Luka Garza was setting all these records, bro. Fine, Keegan Murray broke one. That's cool, but I just want to get that straight.
Wait, no, he can't break more. He can't break because Luka Garza was with the Iowa for 3 years. Like he's not going to be for Iowa 3 years.
Well, he was with Keegan Murray's there for 2 years. But anyways, outside of that debate, I got Providence upsetting Iowa here. No disrespect to Keegan Murray. I just think Providence plays with a lot of effort. They've had a lot of big time games this year that they've won and lost. But I think Providence, if they come in here, if they play with a lot of energy, play great in transition, they're gonna be able to give Iowa some problems.
I think Providence has one of the just their games are too close. I don't like it. I think I'm going to go with Iowa better. And of course, Iowa plays in the better conference.
Okay, I can definitely see both teams winning, but. Bryce says Providence scares me. I think they had too many when they were close. Yeah, that's probably the thing that does scare me. They had so many close games, but that could also favor them because they know what to do in the big moments. They know what it takes in order to win. But Iowa does too because they've had close games with Purdue. So I can see either team winning, but this is gonna be my upset. This is gonna be one of my upsets here. Providence beating Iowa because no one. Come on, who else is gonna pick Providence with me? Not a lot of people, unless you're a Providence fan. But next, I have LSU.
So before you go, Low Gamer has Kansas over Creighton. Yes, of course. South Dakota State over Iowa. Whoa! No! This man got two Cinderella stories going on here. Okay. He has Wisconsin over LSU and Auburn over USC. Okay.
All right.
Besides that,
South Dakota one.
That's crazy.
I ain't the biggest fan of, but hey, that's why everyone has their bracket, and that's why it's March.
Maybe if it was Providence, but
yeah. But hey, man, like I said, this is why it's March Madness. This is why it's March Madness because it is gonna be every year. It's always one big upset, and South Dakota State could be their upset, bro.
True.
But LSU versus Wisconsin, you got the same thing?
Yes, I do, and I'm having Wisconsin win. LSU's been. I don't trust LSU as much as I do Wisconsin. Wisconsin. I mean, obviously, they're just a better team overall. They have they faced more top 25 teams and have a way better record than they do. And Johnny Davis is just going to go off. So I have Wisconsin going against LSU, winning against them.
I actually think LSU can keep it a little bit close, but I do think Wisconsin will win. When it comes down to it, Wisconsin's more consistent than LSU. LSU does have a good talent. They have a solid. They actually LSU got one of the best benches in this tournament, actually, and they got, like I said, I like Xavier Pinson at the guard spot for them. But I don't know, bro. I just think Wisconsin's more consistent. They have a better record against better teams. That's what I think. So Wisconsin is gonna beat the Louisiana State University Tigers. So let's go Wisconsin for this game. Next here we got Auburn versus Miami. For me, do you have the same thing, or you have
I
USC?
do have the same thing now. Miami is the best away team out of all this bracket.
Mm-hmm.
But Auburn is the best home team out of everything in this bracket. Auburn's beating Miami. More talented, just
Yep.
a better team in general. Auburn's winning, and of course, just Miami's gonna have it's going to be a close game. I'm telling you that right now. Auburn's one of those teams that makes it close for no reason.
Yep. And I
But
think
Auburn's gonna win out.
Miami's also a team who makes it close when they're not
Yes.
supposed to. They literally force Duke to make clutch shots down the stretch in order for Duke to beat them. So you see that Miami can do it, but they can't close out games. They can make it close, but they can't close out games. I trust Auburn with Jabari Smith, Walker Kessler, and their supporting cast to close out a game. When I trust Cameron McGusty and those guys to win in the clutch situation. So I'm gonna go with a close game. I'm gonna go with Auburn though. They're gonna face up against Wisconsin, corrupt. So we finished our round of 32. Now we hit for the Sweet 16. This is where I think this right here is where you kind of got all the trash teams out the way. You know who all the teams who are good, all the teams who are bad, and we know our Cinderella teams by this time. This is the Sweet 16, the dead middle of the tournament here. So we kind of got a feel of who's hot, who's not, right? So
Yeah,
let's start off here up top on the west side. Gonzaga versus Arkansas. I think it's gonna be a good game, but who you got, corrupts? Who you have for this
that'd
game,
be
anyways?
that'd be an amazing game.
Who do you have? Think
I'm
about
gonna go with
that.
Gonzaga.
All right.
Gonzaga is just what they're doing this year is amazing. Like last year was. Chet Holmgren's awesome. They're gonna go really far. Gonzaga is. Um, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with Gonzaga over Arkansas.
bro.
Very good game though. Could be.
Low Gamer said Gonzaga over Vermont. Okay, right. Texas Tech over Duke. Oh, I don't agree with that one, unfortunately. But it's March Madness. It is March Madness, though. All right. Well, I'm gonna go with Gonzaga. I'm gonna go with the dogs here. Too much talent. I like Arkansas. One of my favorite players, JD Note, is on the team, but I just really can't see them outnumbering what Gonzaga brings. Because Gonzaga has talent and they're well coached. Made it to the championship last year. When you got a well coached team with great talent, that's a deadly combo here. And the big men, I think Jalen Williams can play well for Arkansas, but going up against Drew Timmy and going up against maybe Chet Holmgren in certain situations, he just can't hold his own against those type of guys consistently. So give me that. So here I have Bama over here. I don't even have Texas Tech being here. I have
Yeah,
Bama versus Duke. Who do you have? You have Texas Tech, right?
I have Texas Tech versus Duke, and I do have Duke winning. Duke is one of the most complete teams in all the conference in all the league. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
And Duke has Paul Pinturo. He's going to go off, I expect. But honestly, that Texas Tech win or Alabama win, I wouldn't be surprised because Duke always seems to lose earlier than expected. Did with Zion Williamson, and all the years past, right? Of course, besides when they've won.
Yeah.
But they always seem to lose just unexpectedly a little bit earlier than expected.
Yep.
But I don't think that this is one of those times where they do. I think Duke is clearly just better than Texas Tech.
Yep.
More talented.
I agree 100%, bro. Even with I have Duke of Alabama, you have Duke of Texas Tech, but I think the same way when it comes to Duke winning. But Duke, like you said, they've lost unexpectedly in certain matchups. I think with the next round matchup that we both will have Duke winning, this is really gonna tell who I think. I'm not gonna say too much, but that could be the national champion in that game. That's all I'm gonna say. But Duke is gonna win. Paulo Banchero. AJ Griffin. I think they're very good, complement each other. You got Mark Williams, who he plays very, very tough, great inside. Both sides of the floor can do that. Had a game where he had like Mark Williams was literally ineffective in the first half, had 15 points in the second half a few games ago. Like he can turn it up. He's a good guy. Wendell Moore, a lot of Duke players talk about him being a leader, the energizer of the team. He's gonna have a solid game here. No disrespect to Alabama, JD Davidson. I've heard great things, but Duke is too much. Duke is too much. And Coach K is coaching the last. We got to put this in mind when it comes to Duke.
Yes,
Coach K
that's
is
right.
coaching his last March Madness, so his players going to go out and make sure that they don't lose no upsets to Alabama. If they're going to lose, it's going to be against somebody that's capable. So that's what I have here. But that's they're going to the Elite Eight. We're going to move down here. We got Baylor and UCLA. I have that. Do you have that as well?
Baylor versus UCLA. So do I.
Mm-hmm. You know what, Corrupts? I'm going to do it. Not going to do it because I don't know, bruh. I think UCLA can do it. I'm not 100% with Duke, not Duke. I'm sorry, I'm not 100% picking Baylor yet. I'm leaning towards Baylor. I love this game. I'm going to just break it down before I get into this. This is a good game. UCLA is the same team as last year. They just got better. They just developed, right? And they made it to the final. That was scary. What they did last year was scary. They made it to the Final Four. And now you can say they're better than they were last year when they made it to the Final Four. I don't know. Corrupts. It's crazy because Baylor's the 1 seed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with UCLA to upset. I'm gonna do it. That's gonna be my big upset. I trust in Johnny Juzang and Jamie Jaquez. Don't let me down. Don't let me down in the tournament. They're gonna make the Elite Eight. That's
MG.
gonna be upset. Yes.
I agree with you. I have UCLA beating Baylor. Now, bro, honestly, I understand Baylor still has a great coaching staff, but it's not like with UCLA. UCLA kept their team and it gotten better. Baylor won the Natty, won the championship. Great. They kept some people around and they have their coaching staff, of course, yada, yada, yada. But they lost their most important pieces who were better than their most important pieces are this year, and even Mitchell and Jared Butler. They have Jeremy Sohan and Kendall Brown. This is not going to beat UCLA, who's a very good depth-balanced team. UCLA is going to beat Baylor.
Yeah, it's hard. It's tough.
It's hard. It's a tough game, though. If this happens, oh my God, that stream, it's going to kill me.
If this happens, bro, I'm going to cry just out of excitement. The whole pregame, I would just be in tears of how great this game is. And Corrupts, you don't know how much I love this next game. I feel like I'm not over-exaggerating this. You have Purdue versus Kentucky. I want to break this down real quick. You got Ty Washington, Oscar Swiebe versus Zach Edey and Jaden Ivey. If this is not the best matchup when it comes to guard center combos, dude, this is a good one. This is a banger right here. I honestly just like when you look at the guards, the center, both teams have it all here, bro. Both teams truly have it all. Both teams are well coached. Both teams play great competition. Both teams have big wins. Both teams have it. It's just this game, if it was played on Saturday, Purdue could win, and if it was played on Sunday, Kentucky could win, because that's how close this matchup is, bro.
So you think?
I'm going to go with Jaden Ivey and the University of Purdue, bro.
Okay.
Because I think Oscar Swiebe is better than Zach Edey, but I think Jaden Ivey is better than Ty Washington. I'm going to go with Purdue. Who you going with?
You're copying me. I have Purdue winning this game too. I just love Jaden Ivey, and I really do like him a lot. I do think Oscar Swiebe is definitely better than Zach Edey.
Hmm.
But I just love UC. I just love not UCLA. I love Purdue a lot, bro. I think that they're one of the. I think this is probably one of the most underrated teams, along with a team like Iowa,
Hmm.
in the entire tournament. I really think that Purdue's gonna make a deep, deep, deep run. So I'm gonna have Purdue beating Kentucky.
All right, I like it. I like it. I like it. So we got done this side of the bracket, and now we're gonna go to the next side. We got Arizona versus Illinois. For me, you have Houston versus Arizona. I'm gonna go with Arizona. Kofi Cockburn. You've done a lot to get here, but I think as a team collectively, Arizona is a better overall team than Illinois is, and I think Benedict Martharin is a better prospect than what Kofi Cockburn is. So I think that all that considering Arizona, and you have Houston versus Arizona, so you got winning.
Yes. I have Arizona winning also. I think Arizona's just the better team. It's simple. They have better talent. They just are.
Mhm.
And low gamer Arizona versus Houston, Tennessee over Villanova. Okay, very good picks.
Ooh, okay.
I agree.
I honestly I ain't mad at that. I like those picks. Next game
MG
here,
for
we
you,
got
Tennessee. Wait,
Tennessee
yeah,
versus
yeah.
Nova for me.
Who do you have winning?
I'm riding with my guys, bro.
Oh my god,
I think I might honestly be biased, but
that is so biased. I don't
I
care.
actually think that
Oh, yeah,
Villanova
yeah.
can beat Tennessee. I actually
I
think
agree
they
with
can
you.
win.
I say there's a chance, but
There's a chance. Obviously, there's a chance. It's March Madness, but like I do think these two teams, just skill level, there is a chance we can win. I think when it comes to, I love Kennedy Chandler though. I love Kennedy Chandler. Nova defensively, we are undersized. We are very undersized, but we play fast. We play great in the clutch. We play fast. We can play good in the half court. We can play good in transition. We can light up the scoreboard. We have two scorers over 15 a game. With Tennessee, I like what they can do as well. I think they might be the better defensive team, but I think Villanova's offense will do it. I think Villanova's offense is gonna be the reason why we win this game and we move on to the Elite Eight. Corrupts, who do you have here?
if Tennessee was going against Villanova, I'd have Tennessee winning. But in my
Mm.
case, Tennessee's going against Loyola Chicago, and I still have Tennessee winning. Uh,
Tennessee's beating
like
Loyola, yeah.
like I said before. Oh man, I kind of want that Tennessee Villanova game to happen because I just want to see your face when Tennessee beats them. But
uh,
I think Tennessee is just. I think there's a better team overall. They're better competition. Like I said, they're from the SEC. I
mhm.
love. I like Kennedy Chandler more than what was his name? What was his name
Colin
again?
Gillespie.
Colin Gillespie. Um, I just like Tennessee better. I think that Villanova, they're undersized and very questionable losses against some teams. So
Mhm.
I'm good with Tennessee over Loyola Chicago, by the way,
Yeah, over
which
Loyola.
would be an amazing matchup also.
That'd be great. I think all these matches will be solid here on this side of the bracket, except for Colorado State. That's why we don't have Colorado State winning, but
Yeah.
you know. But now we're gonna go down here. We have
What's up,
Kansas.
Jacob?
We have Kansas versus Providence. I have that right. You have who?
I have Kansas versus Iowa.
All right, so I have Kansas beating Providence. I like
Okay.
Providence. I'm a very big fan of some of the players on their team, but Kansas is just all around better. Like they're just better. I think Providence will win when it comes to playing inside and physical, but when it comes to every other aspect, when it comes to all around defense, when it comes to 3-point shooting, mid range shooting, I all of the above. I'm gonna go with. Kansas is just better. Kansas is better, bro. Even the inside paint play, I can still give it to Kansas because Kansas is just better than Providence, bro. Providence is cool, and I like them as a team to make a Sweet 16 run, but Kansas is just better, bro. But who you got? You got Kansas versus who?
I have Kansas versus Iowa,
Oh, that's a solid game.
and I have Iowa beating Kansas in an upset. Iowa is one of the most underrated teams in this tournament. Keegan Murray is going to go.
Okay, go ahead.
Keegan Murray is going to have one of the best runs out of like a player for a team, kind of similar to Kemba Walker in a way. And for UConn, Kansas, I think, is out of the 4 seeds, out of the 4 number 1 seeds. I think it's between Kansas and Baylor, who's the worst one. But I do think I just look at Iowa's team. They're hot. Keegan Murray is hot. Kansas, I trust Iowa more than Kansas. I just do. I think Kansas. I think Iowa is one of the most underrated teams in this entire tournament. I'm gonna go with Iowa on the upset over Kansas, which again would be an amazing game.
Oh wow. Jesus Christ. Low Gamer says Kansas over South Dakota State, obviously, in the Auburn versus Wisconsin. I agree. If that was I'm sorry, I can't. Wow, you have Iowa beating Kansas. All right. Okay. All right. Look, I have I have Wisconsin and Auburn. I think Wisconsin is more of a one-man show than Auburn is. I'm gonna go with Auburn. I like Johnny Davis, but I can't see him outplaying what Walker Kessler and Jabari Smith are gonna bring to the table. Not to mention Auburn, outside those 2 players, have pretty good talent as well. Hey, y'all got a solid supporting cast too. I just think if y'all play balance in this game, y'all play as a team more than try to force feed your stars. I think that Auburn's gonna get the dub here. I just think just don't try to make it a one-man show, Jabari Smith versus Johnny Davis prospect matchup. Just you guys play as a team, y'all gonna win because y'all a better overall team than Wisconsin. So Auburn wins.
So I've watched a lot of Auburn games this year.
Mm-hmm.
And what I have seen is that they are one of the best home teams ever. But I just have this odd feeling. I really do. I just have this odd feeling that they're going to play down to their level, and they're going to lose to Wisconsin in a close game. That's what I feel like is going to happen. I feel like they're going to let Wisconsin get an early lead, and then they're not going to be able to come back from it. I legit think that's what's going to happen against Wisconsin. Just have this odd feeling about it this year, which kind of sucks. Jabari Smith is going to go off. But I think Wisconsin is going to have the major upset. And it's going to be Iowa versus Wisconsin for me.
I can't believe it.
In the Midwest.
You got 2 upsets.
Yes.
In this week 16.
I do.
That's crazy, bro. So we are here in the Elite 8 now, y'all. So I'm gonna just read off all of our matchups in the Elite 8. I have Gonzaga versus Duke, Arizona versus Villanova. Who do you have versus on the Arizona facing?
I have Gonzaga versus Duke. I have Arizona versus Tennessee.
Good matchup. And then on the bottom half of the bracket, I have Baylor versus UCLA, UCLA versus Purdue, Kansas versus Auburn.
I have UCLA versus Purdue also, but I have Iowa versus Wisconsin.
Guys, you got the upset. I can't believe that, bro. We were supposed to have the same. I thought we was going to have the same matchup right here, Kansas and Auburn, bro. I can't believe you, bro. So let's start off with how we've been doing. We're going to start off with Gonzaga side of the bracket. Gonzaga versus Duke. Let's go. If this matchup happens, this is literally complete team versus complete team.
I have Gonzaga winning this game.
Okay. Explain.
I trust Chet Holmgren more. I just really do. Me and MG were a little bit of doubters before him, but before the season started, and even a little bit in the season. But I watched more. I trust him. I trust the team around him more. I trust the coach. Gonzaga is going to be wanting that revenge from last year, losing. I think this is where Duke loses, and it's the end of Mr. Coach K.
I wish I could agree with you, but I'm going to go the complete opposite. I'm going to go with the Duke Blue Devils here. Paolo Banchero is going to outshine Mr. Chet Holmgren.
That's okay. Okay.
I think it's going to happen. I think it will. I love what Gonzaga can bring. I love it. And I'm one that says this game could determine who is the champion, because if these two were on the complete different sides of the bracket, I believe this could be the championship. This could possibly be the championship, but the fact of the matter is it isn't, and they got to face each other. And I think Paolo Banchero is going to show up. AJ Griffin has been clutch for them all season. I just feel like when it's a clutch moment, AJ Griffin just knows it's time for me to show up. You got
AJ
Wendell
Griffin's so
Moore,
good.
who can do it all. You got Mark Williams, who's probably gonna get killed by Chet Holmgren, but we won't talk about that.
Destroyed.
We will talk about that,
Man.
especially when it comes to stretching the floor. Chet Holmgren, sorry, Mark Williams, but I just love everyone else on this team. I like Paulo Banchero. He's gonna be guarded by Drew Timme. Come on, bro, get out of here with that. You got AJ Griffin matching up with Nembhard. AJ Griffin all day. And then you got other guys. You got Jeremy Roach, Wendell Moore. Come on. I just think,
I
and
love Wendell Moore.
Coach K this team is gonna put it all in the line for Coach K. They are gonna win this game versus Gonzaga. I think I just trust Duke supporting cast a little bit more. I like the top heavy players of Gonzaga. Obviously, I'm a Drew Timme fan. I respect Chet Holmgren, but I just think the overall team of Duke, I think, is gonna beat the team of Gonzaga, and the coaching is gonna go to Duke.
Big Fridge, that's very good. Well, first off, MG, that's a crazy matchup. I think it could go both ways. And Duke, I would rather have Duke win. I don't really like Gonzaga, like as just a personal level. I don't like Gonzaga, but I just think Gonzaga is the better team. And Big Fridge said I had Texas Tech and Arizona in the final because why not? And that's a good final. Texas Tech is an underrated team, underrated dog, and they have a very, very, very good coach. So could happen. It is March Madness.
And I like Arizona too. I like Arizona.
But on the South, for me, Arizona versus the Nova.
Same here, Arizona versus Nova.
My bad, Arizona versus Tennessee. God dang it!
I have Arizona versus Nova.
I have Arizona versus Tennessee. Who do you have winning?
I got Arizona versus Nova. We got to lose the Elite Eight. I think Arizona, as much as I love Nova's guard play, and I think our small ball gives us a big speed advantage versus a lot of teams, Arizona's the 1 seed for a reason. They are one of the best teams in the nation for a reason. And I think Villanova, they're going to have a great run. But when it comes to really playing I think Arizona's top 5 team in the nation. And Villanova could be that, but I just don't see it. I just see Arizona just as a team just playing better, a little bit better defensively. They're going to dominate us inside. And Villanova's guard play could keep it close, but Arizona's going to win this game. It's going to be probably like an 8-point game.
So Arizona versus Tennessee. I have the Arizona Wildcats winning this game. I can't pick Tennessee to win this game, nor can I Villanova if that happened. It's just Arizona's too good. Honestly, Benedict Mathurin looks very good. Cologo is very good, like I said before. Their team, honestly, to me, is one of the most fluid and one of the most chemistry oriented teams in all college basketball. And so yeah, I'm gonna have Arizona. Low Gamer says Gonzaga versus Texas Tech. Tennessee over Arizona. Wow. Ooh. Kentucky versus over UCLA. And Kansas over Auburn. I like Tennessee over Arizona. That's underrated. Nice. I like that.
You know what I just randomly thought about? Very random, but I like how we were told Kate Cunningham and OSU wasn't supposed to play in the tournament last year, and they did. I was just remember that because they said Kate. We were going to see Kate Cunningham. That was just so annoying. I don't know why I just thought about that. But next up, we have the rest of the Elite Eight. I have UCLA versus Purdue, Kansas versus Auburn. Corrupt also has UCLA versus Purdue, but he was a disgrace of his own team, and he was a disgrace of Kansas, and he had Iowa versus Wisconsin. So we're going to start off with that, Corrupts. Who you got in Iowa versus Wisconsin?
I have Iowa beating Wisconsin. Iowa's continuing their Cinderella story. Iowa, I just trust Iowa more than Wisconsin. It's not the matter of fact of Johnny Davis over, Keegan Murray over Johnny Davis, which is I want to see that so bad. Not they're not going to be matching up together, but for draft implications, Johnny Davis versus Keegan Murray would be an amazing thing to watch. But I think I trust Iowa's team around him more than I trust Johnny Davis's team around him. So I'm gonna go with Iowa in that. And who do you have, Kansas or Auburn? Basic.
I love this matchup actually.
It's a good matchup. Every matchup that could be made from our Elite Eight is a good matchup.
I ain't even an Auburn fan, but I really think they got a chance to make the Final Four. They play in Kansas. Auburn's gonna win this game, ladies and gentlemen. And I think actually Corrupts. I think you would like this pick, not only because that, but if you have Iowa beating Kansas, I think you can definitely see Auburn winning. Auburn, I think they're a very complete team as long as they don't force feed their two guys, which is Kessler and Jabari Smith, and they play more as a team. I think Auburn has one of the best starting, not I wouldn't say the best starting five. I think Duke, Gonzaga, all of them are better, but I think they have a more complete starting five. I think they have a great collective, a great group of guys that they put around Walker Kessler and Jabari Smith. I think that Kansas is great too. You got Ochai Agbaji, they got Christian Braun. I think I like Auburn, man. I think this tournament is going to be a big man heavy tournament, and I think Auburn's going to prevail in that. Why do you think I only had one team I feel like make the Elite Eight who didn't have freaking
and he died. Hello, MG. You're
Anyways,
back.
Don't mind me lagging there. Don't mind me completely dying off the face of the earth there.
Wow, I cannot believe you, though.
I can't believe it either.
By the way, you guys like the new hat? Got it from Miami this last weekend when I went there.
Don't mind me lagging. But anyways, as I was saying about this Auburn game, like I said, I think it's gonna be a big man tournament. I only have one team that's guard heavy making the Elite Eight, and that is Villanova. Every other team I have making the Elite Eight is a team with great bigs, and I think Auburn's gonna be out Kansas. I think they have the better big men play, great team around them. They're gonna win. But now we both got UCLA versus Purdue. So who you got there?
I have the Purdue Boilermakers beating UCLA. I like UCLA's team, and honestly, they could definitely just go all the way, and they can even win. But I think Purdue is just going to go hot at the right time. Jaden Ivey's going to have an amazing run, in my opinion. I love Jaden Ivey. He's my favorite player to watch out of everybody in basketball right now. Going to go with Purdue over UCLA in a very, very close game. That could go either way.
I agree, actually. I'm going to have Purdue beating them. I love the guard play of UCLA, but I think Jaden Ivey, Zach Edey, I like those guys. I think they're going to make it very far. I agree. Ivey's one of my favorite players to watch as well. And I think he's just great. I think, UCLA's not going to have an answer for him. And then if they do try to trap him, you got Zach Edey just waiting to eat you up inside. It's just, I don't think UCLA has a great big man to compete with Zach Edey down there. And I think that's going to be the biggest difference because if you're going to, Jaden Ivey's going to be your number one focus, but you got Zach Edey who can drop an 18-point game just by getting hook shots and layups inside because that's what he does. So I got Purdue winning this game. And here we have our Final Four.
Yes. So this time, let's start on the right side of things, the Arizona game.
Who do you have?
Arizona versus Iowa.
You have Arizona versus Iowa. I have Arizona versus Auburn.
Yes. Very good matchups. In the Final Four, by the way, MG has Duke versus Purdue, Arizona versus Auburn. I have Arizona versus Iowa, Gonzaga versus Purdue.
Okay.
Now, I have Arizona beating Iowa. This is the end of Iowa's Cinderella run. This is the end of the deep Keegan Murray is going off run. Arizona is going to beat Iowa. It's going to be a very good game. But Benedict Mathurin is going to go crazy. I love Arizona. They're going to win this game.
I have Arizona versus Auburn. I love this game right here. I love it. Corrupt Auburn fan here. I mean, I like this game. You got Benedict Mathurin, Jabari Smith, guys who both guys who can be lottery picks. Walker Kessler,
So who do you have?
also a great guy.
Who do you
I'm
have?
gonna go with. I don't know. I really want to say I want Auburn to go far. I like Auburn more. I am going to pick Arizona.
Okay.
I just think they've been a little bit more consistent than Auburn this year. I think Auburn, talent wise, can compete or even be better than Arizona. But the consistency, Auburn, I think they're going to finally lose a lot of gas. They've lost some questionable games to end off the year. And I just think I love what Arizona has been doing. I think people are disrespecting them for them to be a 1 seed but not get talked about a lot. I think it's crazy. You talk about teams like Duke, Gonzaga more, but you can argue Arizona's better this season. Like I think they're gonna show up here against Auburn. I actually think it's gonna be an overtime game. I think it's gonna be that great. Arizona goes down in
So
the clutch and wins it.
Denzel has Tennessee. Wow, you have Tennessee going all the way. That's
Wow.
crazy.
Wow. Okay.
But MG, you
Yes.
have Duke versus Purdue. I have Gonzaga versus Purdue. Who's gonna win, Duke or Purdue, Mister Nas?
Jaden Ivey. Zach Edey. It's been fun. Would have got to end here because Duke is just a better overall team. I when you look at this matchup here, you're gonna have Mark Williams and Zach Edey, and I think Mark Williams can give him some troubles. I think he can give him some troubles. He's more physical, better rebounder than Zach Edey. That's gonna show. Paulo Banchero is gonna have another great game. I think AJ Griffin and Jaden Ivey. I think you might see that matchup quite a bit here. That could be a solid matchup, but I just think outside of Ivy and Zach Edey, it's not gonna be much of a debate outside with the other guys. And I think that Mark Williams is gonna shut down Zach Edey in this matchup. So it's only gonna be Jaden Ivey's show when Duke is gonna have a collective team effort. And when you have 5 guys showing up for Duke and only 1 guy for Purdue, I think it's kind of obvious who's gonna win that. So my championship is Duke versus Arizona.
Nice. That's a very good matchup. I have Purdue versus Gonzaga. I'm sorry,
Mm.
Purdue. I love you guys so much. And I love you guys so much that I have you beating Gonzaga.
What?
Yes. I have Purdue going on. I have Jaden Ivey going on one of the best March Madness runs ever. I have Purdue, the Boilermakers, beating
Wow.
Gonzaga Bulldogs.
Okay. I like it. No, I
I
like
have Purdue versus Arizona in the national championship.
that is crazy, bro. That I ain't go. I
I
like it
got you in the
though.
first half, though, didn't I?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, he wanted to do the same thing. Oh, sorry, Purdue, you gotta go. He said, nah. So in the championship, I have Duke versus Arizona. You have Purdue versus Arizona. But before that, y'all gotta hit the like button. Because if you
Right
don't hit
now.
the yeah, if you don't hit the like button, then you're not gonna be able to hear our picks. The government said if you don't hit the like button, they're gonna mute your phone from hearing what we have, and they're gonna blank out your screen from seeing who we picked. So you better hit the like button if you want to see this next part. You better just do it. It only take 1 second. All you gotta do, right, corrupts, is just go on your phone, go to and just hit the like button, bro. I know it shows Discord, but same thing. Hit the like button right here, right there, bro. Right there, bro.
Diogo says Duke versus Arizona. I want revenge for the 2001 national championship.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. With that being said, corrupts. We're gonna let you go first. Arizona, Purdue.
You know, you're the host of this channel. So why don't
Okay.
you go first, MG?
I think
He
corrupts. I think corrupts a little bit scared. I think corrupts scared to
Diogo
say
Diogo said it the 2001
it
rematch. So
is.
let's transition into Duke versus Arizona. Who do you have winning, MG?
You know what, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a fun ride for Duke. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a fun ride for Arizona. It's been great. Both teams have made it this far. Tough conference play. High anticipated matchups. Both teams winning them, being clutch, doing all these things. Storybook. Coach K. A lot of people might say, damn, Coach K making it his last year. This seems kind of odd. This seems kind of fishy. And now, for me, your 2022 national champions, in college basketball is the Arizona Duke Blue Devils, baby. I'm going Duke all the way.
Bias.
I'm going.
Bias.
Well, I'm not a Duke fan. What? How's that?
I
Bias?
know, but you're biased for the storyline. For the storyline.
I like Paulo Banchero.
No, not this man. It's the storyline. It's Coach K's last year. He's not gonna lose. He's not gonna lose his last regular season game. And Duke, he's not doing that. He's gonna go
I didn't say he was
and win the
gonna
national
lose.
championship.
I actually thought North Carolina owns Coach K. I actually didn't think he was going to lose, but also the tickets were overpriced for that game. But we'll talk about that. That's a different story. But I think when even you take Coach K out of it, I actually do think Duke has the talent to go.
Yeah, of course.
They have a starting lineup that could be all NBA players. Some of these can be NBA starters in the future. I just think Arizona is great. I think they've underrated, but Duke. I think if they, as long as they play as a team, they're going to win this game. They have great discipline. They have amazing talent, great shooting, great paint play. They can score from the mid-range. They have decent defensive players as well. And I just think when it comes down to it, Coach K is not getting hyped up for no reason. He has won championships. He's been here before. I have them beating Arizona in this big rematch. Duke's going to win the national championship, ladies and gentlemen.
So I have Purdue versus Arizona. With a score of 78-82, I have Arizona beating Purdue.
There we go.
Arizona, I think, in whatever matchup happens and whatever happens and they go to the national championship, whoever opponent they face, they're going to win. I love what I see. Whoa, my hat. I love what I see from Arizona a lot. The way they move, I like their coach. I like the players they have. Benedict Mathurin and Koloko is an amazing duo. I love the chemistry between this team. I'm going to have Arizona win this game. I love Arizona when I watch them. I think they're going to be national champions.
Diogo says you're a smart man.
Thank you. I know.
Well, see, unfortunately, here that Corrupt again has to be wrong. See, Corrupt just could have did the same picks as me. We both could have been right together. But now he has to be wrong in the tournament. I'm coming for revenge too, because I said Gonzaga was winning the championship last year. He had Baylor, so I was wrong last year.
I told you. I told you. I told you Baylor was gonna win.
I'm coming back for that revenge, bro. I'm gonna have a better bracket this year. And I think corrupt. I feel like you had a better bracket than me last year, bro. I don't like that. I don't like that.
You know what? Speaking of brackets, since we made this entire bracket, why not have our own bracket? Make our own one on Sleeper and drop the link in like your server and in this chat.
We could, and we don't have to start the bracket till after the first 4 are submitted. So,
you could do it now, and they can just change it. Honestly,
yeah. But
since everybody's here right now. Well, what do you guys think of our picks? If you didn't comment before, who do you have winning? Who are some underrated teams? What teams do you think are overrated? And overall, what do you think of our picks? I have Arizona winning, and he has Duke winning.
Yes. It's just gonna be a good tournament, man. I think, but Corrupt, you're not gonna have a better bracket than me this time, bro.
I am, dude. I am. It's okay. It's okay, MG. I just admit that I am the better NBA analyst and guy than you.
No.
And then number 2, I am just the better. And that, never mind. Let's throw NBA at the window. I'm the better basketball. I'm the better basketball analyst than you are.
No, I'm the better basketball. I got more basketball knowledge, bro. Bro. See this dude Corrupt. How many times the chat decided that I won a lot of the debates, bro?
No, we were tied for most of them. The only one that was really different was the Giannis versus Luka one, bro. That was the only one that was very different, bro.
That one.
Oh, and you automatically win because you had the Suns. Okay, fine. That's 2. That is 2. But guess who won? Guess who won the Giannis versus DeJounte Murray versus Lonzo? Giannis versus what? Zion for face the league?
No,
remember?
I thought it was Luka and Zion. I had Zion.
It
You
was
had
Luka versus Zion. I said Luka has a better chance.
Luka, you
But
got that. You got that.
I have that. I have a couple of them. What you mean? My face. Oh, I have the Donovan Mitchell versus Devin Booker too. Yeah.
No, what? I had the Donovan Mitchell versus Devin Booker.
What
What are you talking about? I had that.
Donovan
I
Mitchell's
had
better than Devin Booker. He's
Devin Booker's
clearly better than Devin Booker. What are you talking about?
Devin Booker's better.
What?
Devin Booker's shooting guard 1.
1? You mean 3?
No, number 2. I'm
Donovan
sorry.
Mitchell, James Harden better, right? Come on, man.
No, James Harden, Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell's 3.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, see.
Draymond Green is playing tonight, Denzel? Really?
Yes, he's back.
Oh, I gotta change my lineup.
He has a friend that plays for Tennessee. Nice.
Your friend plays for Tennessee. Who?
What's his name? We'll watch out for him. We'll call
him.
Is it
Ziegler? Oh man, Ziegler's an underrated guy. Ziegler? Zappa?
But Corrupts, before we leave, you need to tell the people what you have planned for your channel and stuff like that coming up.
Oh, so today, oh my God, I forgot. I'll drop it anyways. Today, I'm gonna drop a Lakers What's Going On video. Talk about the Lakers situation, what they should do. And of course, throughout this week, I'm gonna have those type of videos. But towards the end of next week, I'm on spring break. And towards the end of next week, in the March, expect like 23, 24, 25, I'm putting out a Miami trip vlog with me and my friends and my family. We're gonna have that there. I'm also going to try and I'm gonna be very busy. I'm also going to study up today and tomorrow, and then on Wednesday I'm going to drop hopefully a big board for this NBA draft pre-March tournament, and then of course after March Madness is over, I'm going to have a post-March Madness big board also. That's what I have planned right now. We'll see what happens from there. I'm of course gonna have an NBA mock draft also when that comes up, but that's a ways away. And of course, I'm gonna keep on dropping the what's going on NBA playoff predictions. Also, a couple, big things. That's what's going on in my channel right now. Thank you, Mr. MG Nizzle.
Oh yes, sir. His channel link is in the description. So, hey, if you don't go watch that, bro, I don't know, bro. I don't know what you're doing, bro.
What are you doing, bro? I'm the best analyst, right? So.
Unfortunately, that is wrong. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, go check out his channel link in the description. We have we're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna have a lot of fun. March Madness. You might see Corrupt on my channel from time to time in the next month. Also, Isaiah wants to do a lot of games, so it's gonna be a lot of March Madness content. We're gonna be doing a lot. So if you guys are enjoying this, hit the like button, hit the sub button, go subscribe to Corrupt's channel, hit the like button on his stuff too.
Yes, sir.
Hey man, let's go. March Madness is here, baby. March Madness is here. So you guys enjoy the games. Some of you might enjoy some of the games with me, all that good stuff. But now it's time for us to go. So, Corrupt, we're gonna let you do the outro today. You do it. It's up to you. You're on the spot.
Me?
Yeah, you're so much on the spot, right? You're so much on the spot.
It's been your boy, MG Nas, Talking Sports, and we are out of here.